illegal and that Israel must end its unlawful presence and cease settlement activities. Saeed Shehata is with me from BBC Arabic. Good morning, Saeed. Let's just first of all talk about what the US says are intensive diplomatic efforts to try and prevent further escalation. Of course, Antony Blinken is still in the region.
There is fear of escalation because I think Israel think it's a good opportunity for them to gain more presence, especially pushing Hezbollah further from the borders. And this was aimed for Israel since 2006 when an agreement, the resolution 1701 of Security Council ends the war, but it didn't end the conflict because the problem is still there. And after October last year, there is pressure on Israelis, so they moved about 1,000 of them, about 60,000 moved from the north. So Mr. Netanyahu, the Israeli Prime Minister, vowed to return them securely and safely there. And this echoed by the Yoav Gallant, the Minister of Defense, and the Chief of the Military, Herzi Halevi, and all of them focus on that to return them safe. So the plan is to push Hezbollah further, and this might escalate the situation because the disruption of the communication system of Hezbollah. So Israeli think it is a good opportunity to do that, but the United States, other countries, the Secretary General of United Nations, Antonio Guterres, warned of a serious might escalation, risk of escalation, and he called for the all parties to, to restrain, not to go for the war. So it is danger, so American involved, and even the Saudi Crown Prince says there is no normalization with Israel unless a Palestinian state was established. So it is more pressure from the international community, but it seems that Israeli redeployed some troops from Gaza to the north. So, and the Israeli Minister of Defense said we started a new phase of the war.
What are people saying what that might mean? What you're hearing in the Arabic press, in the media, about what this new phase term means?
The new phase is to move from Gaza to the north. They want to make a decisive settlement for there, because as I told you, the Security Council resolution didn't end the conflict. It ends the war in 2006, but it ends the war. So the new phase is focused on the north, ends the threat of Hezbollah, and return safely the Israeli and stop avoiding any threat from Hezbollah in the future. One of the goals of Israel in Gaza to stop the threat of Hamas to the Israeli, they want to repeat that in the north front. So there is a problem from the escalation, because escalation might lead to tension and lead to an all-out war, which is need to be avoided. Okay. But it seems Israeli intended and insistent to do that.
All right, Saeed, for now, thank you very much for your thoughts on the latest details. Saeed Shehata there from BBC Arabic. Well, let's now discuss this further with Amin Saikal, who's Emeritus Professor of Middle Eastern and Central Asian Studies at Australian National University. Good to see you again. So you were listening in to my conversation with Saeed there.